get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna,
I've been in here and people are roaring with laughter, so.
It's a dirty show, though.
Well, it's clean dirt.
Forgive me, but the best restaurants of the world are here in Vegas. I mean, you have here the best of the best.
Yes.
So we have many celebrities here. The Harley Madison come over here, and Usher come over here many often, and Paris Hilton come here, and Britney Spears came over here like 2 weeks ago.
Boy, I'm dating myself, but it's okay. Nobody else will. Oh.
That's so Vegas. Welcome to That's So Vegas. I'm Christine McKellar, your hostess, and I'm here, I'm your host these days.
I use hostess.
I do too sometimes. And I'm live here at WCOBM in Las Vegas. I have a really wonderful guest here today. A lot of people know her. Some of you may not, but she knows of you. I'd like to introduce Mona Van Joseph. Now, Mona is a licensed psychic here in Clark County. And just for those who don't know you, a little bit of your background, where you came from, why you came to Vegas.
Well, my husband moved here because his job brought him here. So, and the reason that Mystic Mona was born, because I'm known locally as Mystic Mona.
Yes, you are. I was going to get to that.
You're so cute. Is because we were sitting at a dinner party and I wanted to play poker, so the gals and the guys were going to play poker, and it was my husband and myself and 2 other couples. And I said, okay, well, let's clear the table off. We'll play some poker. One of the guys was really snarky about playing poker with girls.
Oh, that must have been a while ago.
It was, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no kidding.
I'm saying that.
So one of the other gals that was there said, well, you read tarot as a hobby, right? And I said, yeah, I do. I said, and they said, okay, well, you need to do his cards. So I pointed to the most cynical person at the table, and I said, yeah, I'll do cards as long as I do his first.
Ooh.
So I did his reading first, and he was initially really skeptical and making fun of it, and then he got quieter and quieter. And so I ended up doing the whole, of course, now you got to remember I was drinking the whole time, so I was really having a good time with it. But we sort of brainstormed that Las Vegas didn't have an official psychic. So I have self-proclaimed myself to be the official psychic of Las Vegas.
I love that. But, just from what we've known each other but never met personally until
right,
today.
And I'm happy that we have.
So it's just a thrill, but I feel like I've always known you. I know that you are truly a psychic, and I wanted to ask you, when did you, and you said, yeah, you were doing the tarot cards just kind of a hobby. You probably weren't really thinking about it as a life work, but when did you first realize that you were so tuned in and intuitive when it came to this?
Well, it was probably when I was about 15, and my girlfriend's mom did a tea leaf reading for me.
Oh, okay.
And I was so fascinated by it, and I was so blown away by all of it. And then I picked up a deck of tarot about a year later. So I was about 16 years old when I first started reading tarot, and I read with the traditional Rider-Waite deck. And what happened was that it seemed like I could look at somebody's story just by spreading the cards. And apparently that's how you know that you're good at what you do, is because you could look at cards and go, okay, this is what the hell's going on with you, So
you don't have to memorize. I know they're beautiful. She has a deck here, and we do want you to stay tuned for the segment after the break, because Mona's actually going to do a live, unabridged, unedited reading for me with no holds barred.
Right.
And you have mentioned before that you prefer this set of cards. So
right.
You must know each card inside and out. Did that take a while to...
But I'm going to tell you all the secret of reading tarot well.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with memorizing the cards that come on the little booklet with the cards. It has nothing to do with that. You can do it that way. You can study the sacred symbols that are in some of the traditional tarot decks. But it doesn't matter what deck you use as long as you actually assign a meaning to each card and stay consistent with that meaning. In other words, what does that card mean to you? Then you can be an incredibly good reader. And then you allow your intuition to step in and go, well, this is why these combination of cards are coming up together. And then you go from there. So
Okay, that's interesting. So you're again, you're I want to say multimedia. You have a radio talk show,
right.
And we'll talk too about you have the what is it, the Ask Dice?
Oh, yeah, I have my Dice Wisdom app.
Okay, we
that
will
was
talk
based off a
about
book
that.
I wrote about 10 years ago.
So a person doesn't have to physically be with you to get a decent reading?
I do my radio program on Sundays at 9 and Wednesdays at 5 p.m. And it's a venue where folks can call up and ask a free question, which is really cool, which is why I sponsor the radio program to do it. Because some people they just need a quick question answered. They just need a little boost, a little something in the right direction. So this program serves that purpose, which is really cool. So that's on Blog Talk Radio on Wednesdays and Sundays. So I'll be doing it tonight at 5 o'clock. So if you can't get enough of me, then you could just go ahead and tune in to my radio program tonight. But it's really a lot of fun. Now, because I manage my own board at the radio program, we don't have the fabulous Scott like you have.
I love Scotty.
I know. He's awesome. So because I manage my own board, I can't run that and the chat because I have the chat capabilities.
Yeah, we do too here, as
which
a matter
is
of fact.
also cool. Nice comments that we're getting on the program. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah,
I
love
appreciate
the
that.
show.
But anyway, I'm looking forward to doing your reading because when I do like just a little mini reading like I'm going to do for you here, it's a picture of the moment. So it will tell you the most important thing you need to pay attention to. It's almost as if the universe, God, Spirit is telling you exactly what you need to pay attention to. And that when you can never go wrong if you follow what Spirit has to say to you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that even applies to devout religious people,
Anybody,
so to
absolutely,
speak. Anybody.
absolutely.
Prayer is a form of meditation. Meditation is a form of prayer.
And the thing is that when you find yourself stuck, there are two things I recommend people to do. First, do a random act of kindness for somebody.
That's wonderful.
It can be as simple as putting an extra $1 when you're checking out at Smith's grocery store in that little donation thing right at the checkout stand. But every morning, face east, put your arms wide above your head like this, and say, I'm open to my blessings. This feels really weird when you first do it, but if you do it every morning.
I count my blessings every morning, but I'm not facing east doing it. So.
It serves a couple of purposes. It allows you to be open to receive. Okay, because sometimes when people think that things need to change, they have to do something. Well, sometimes just waiting and being still and taking care of yourself is exactly what you need to do to have things move forward again. So sometimes the thoughtful retreat is better than the reckless pursuit.
That makes a lot of sense, and that was one of the questions I was going to propose to you, which people in general isn't everybody somewhat psychic themselves?
Absolutely.
But they're just not aware of it?
Yeah.
I think we're so bombarded with constant streams. It's either your cell phone, this, that, or the other, your kids and soccer and all that people lose touch with that. So that, is that like a spiritual thread that's throughout humanity, that we're all connected somehow by some thread of...
Well, of course we're all connected. I mean, we had the bad news that Dr. Wayne Dyer passed away.
Yes,
right.
What a life well lived.
I mean, didn't you feel a little bit of a kick in the gut that you lost a little bit of yourself when he passed?
I posted something on Facebook about it, but I like his attitude. As his family said, he felt like he was just going on to a big, beautiful adventure.
Right.
So even in his passage, he wasn't shutting any doors to us.
No, his insight will be immortal.
Yes, which is a wonderful thing. What a purpose-driven life that he led. So you think he was pretty much telling people to look more to an inner good spiritual thing. I think a lot of people, I see a lot of advertisements and things on TV and all over the place, and it seems we talked earlier, a lot more of it's coming out. And Mona, again, is licensed by Clark County.
Las Vegas, City of Las Vegas.
Excuse me, the City of Las Vegas. So when we come back after our break, she's going to explain how that separates her from anybody just saying they're going to, and I
posting
think,
on flagpoles, telephone poles.
Yeah, and they could possibly do damage.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
Oh my
if you're in the
gosh.
hands of the wrong person. This segment is sponsored by the Red Roof Inn. That's on Paradise across from the Hard Rock. And it's close to the airport, convenient, affordable. When we come back again, we'll discuss a little bit more about who to watch out for, and then Mona's going to read me. That ought to be
Yay.
really interesting. Hoping it's all good, but she promised she'd be honest.
Absolutely.
Well, you're honest with everybody, aren't you? Okay, we'll be right back.